Hello, and welcome everyone to another Momentum Monday. I hope you're ready to start your week with all kinds of excitement and activity. And if not, that you just started calmly at the very least. So I want to welcome you again as we supercharge into the new year. It's still early in the year. There's still a lot of time to do a lot of things that you probably want to do. So we're going to get right into it. So welcome again. My name is Emily McHugh, the Supercharge Coach, helping businesses build sustainable businesses without actually helping entrepreneurs build a business without burnout and making them sustainable so that you can enjoy the entrepreneurial journey. So, one of the main questions I get asked as a coach is how to start a business with no money. A lot of people who are new to entrepreneurship or who are considering starting a business and they don't have a lot of money or don't really have much money want to know how can they actually pursue their dream with little to no money. So today I'm going to share some tips on this that I hope will help you, give you some ideas as you supercharge your vision for your entrepreneurial endeavor. And even if you are already in business, these tips are also valuable and also applicable to you as well. So let's get right into tip number 1. So we want to go look at our free resources. What is free? Who doesn't like free? I think everybody likes free. I think free is a good thing. And so these resources I'm sharing right now are specifically to the USA. So if you're watching this from another country, you may want to look into what is the equivalent in your country for these resources. But in the United States, we have what is called the Small Business Administration, the SBA, which is a federal agency which is the mission is to support small businesses. They provide some free resources as well as loan guarantees that you can get SBA loans through your bank. So that's not free, but it's a facilitation. And sometimes they offer other types of resources like monetary resources like was available during the pandemic. But I'm going to talk about that a little bit more after. But right now I want to talk about just the entities you can go to. So the SBA has resources. The SBA finances the SBDC and SCORE. So SBDC is a small business development center, and they're throughout the United States providing no-cost consulting. And I do SBDC consulting specifically as an international trade advisor in my region where I am here in Florida. So it's an absolutely amazing resource if you're interested in government contracting, international trade, or just general business knowledge or advice or planning. Your SBDC is definitely a resource you want to take advantage of. Then there is SCORE, another free or no cost resource. And SCORE used to stand for Service Corps of Retired Executives, but now people are not necessarily retired who are SCORE counselors, so it's no longer really that anymore. But it is also another resource where you can go. And then I like to tell people, don't forget, bonus, your library. As a matter of fact, I would advise you to start your journey, your entrepreneurial journey in your local library. And now, of course, with Google and everything, everything's at the touch of a button. But the library, that is where I started my journey. I went to the library to get access to all kinds of resources. And this is definitely pre-Google and pre a lot of that. It was actually the dawn of that era in the late 90s, early 2000s. So my library was where I spent most of my time. So definitely go to your library and avail yourself to resources that are there that many times go overlooked, but can definitely make a difference with your business. And so one thing I want to also add about the resources I've shared here, they can be a bit overwhelming. If you go to the SBA website, you can get pretty overwhelmed quickly because there's so much information and so much data. So you want to break it down and really start with what is relevant to you. Not everything is relevant to you day one. So start with what's relevant to you and focus on that as opposed to trying to focus on everything else that they have to offer, and then you get lost or confused. So check out your local SBDC, check out your local SCORE, and now with all the online options, you can have SCORE consulting with someone across the country and so forth. So they don't have to necessarily be in your local area. Okay, so that is that for free resources. Now we're going to talk about go and avail yourself to free money. Free money. All right. Everybody wants free money. And yes, there is some free money out there, and you have to be diligent about it and go and look for grant money. One source is helloalice.com, or is it .org? One or the other. helloalice.com. Go check it out. It will have a lot of grants that are being offered. And usually, many times the deadlines are really short. So if you see it, you have to jump on it quickly. There's various criteria for each of the grants that are available, but you may be eligible and you want to apply. So definitely check that out on a regular basis. Sign up for their newsletter and see what comes through. By the way, people, this does work. It has worked for me. I have benefited from these organizations personally. So I'm standing here as a personal testimonial to the fact that these resources can work for you. And so definitely apply, definitely reach out and see what you can get. Then there's nav.com, which is another excellent resource. They also give some business grants on occasion, and they also provide great insights on business credit services. So if you're interested in business credit, and I will do a video on that going forward, but business credit and how to manage that, nav.com is an excellent resource for that. And of course, it stands without saying that Google searches are very valuable, but the key is you've got to know what to look for, what to type in, what keywords are really going to trigger you to finding what you want. So like grant money for women in business, grant money for minorities in business, grant money for plumbers starting a business. I don't know, be very specific about it. And the more specific you are, the more likely you are to find what you want that's pertains to your business idea. So I encourage you to definitely use Google searches for this because it's very valuable. The only caveat is be mindful of sites where you have to pay to gain access to free money. That you don't want to ever do. If you have to pay to gain access to free money, that's a red flag. Leave that site. Don't pursue that path, okay? You're looking for free money, that's free, okay? You don't have to pay to get it. That's why it's free. Hello. That's why it's free. All right. Just make that sink in because sometimes people they forget that. All right. So point number 3 in the process of getting free money is that you have to have an action plan. You have to have an action plan and know kind of what you want to do with that money, because sometimes people will get money and they don't know what they want to do with it. Okay, so you have to have a plan of action, write your ideas down, visualize what your concept is, visualize what success for your business idea looks like. And that visualization helps you to kind of envision like the big picture, the full spectrum of what that could be for you. And then once you do that, you want to set a budget. Think of a budget. Now, you may not have all the answers as far as like what everything may cost you or what everything is going to entail, but you have to start with what your vision looks like, what those ideas look like, and then research what those things cost. When you do that and you put it all together, then you have what we call a business plan, or I prefer to call it an action plan, the steps that you are going to take to bring your business to fruition. So I'm going to do a quick recap for you of some 3 key concepts in starting a business with no money. If you look over here to the right, free resources, free money, and an action plan, go and check out places where resources are available, where you can get information. So resource doesn't just mean money. It can include money, but I broke it down here. I also invite you to visit my blog, emilymchugh.com/blog, where I have a article on free resources that includes many of the articles I mentioned today. And I will include that in the description for YouTube so that you can avail yourself to some of these resources. Again, free money. Where is the money available? I shared some places where those are, Hello Alice, nav.com, and there are others as well that you can research and find out through your Google searching. And finally, once you kind of get these ideas together, write them down. Write down what your ideas are. Write down your business visualization and then ultimately create a budget. Because most people think that when they want to start a business, the first thing they have to do is get some money. And sometimes that's like the last thing you want to do, really, because you might get the money, squander it because you really don't know what you're doing and how to use the money, and you waste it. So, what's the point of getting all this money and you don't know what to do with it? So, it's better to really have a sense of what you're doing with that money first. First, let's highlight that point. First, then try to get the money, or you can obviously do these things simultaneously or concurrently so that you can line up everything once everything is in order. But don't be in such a hurry to spend all this money before you figure out what you want to do. I could reiterate that 100 more times to you. That is so important. So yes, you can start a business without money because you start in your head. Start thinking, start visualizing, and start budgeting. And then access the resources that you don't really have to pay for, and then look for money that you don't have to pay for as well. And with that, you can start a business with no money. Yay! Yes, it's possible, and you can do it. So here are some other resources I want to share with you that are low cost, okay? Not no cost, but low cost. First of all, you can go get my book. Get my book, The Little Girl's Guide to Entrepreneurship, for $20 or less on Amazon or wherever else you get books. That chronicles my entrepreneurial journey. Mistakes made, lessons learned, successes, highs, lows, ins and outs that will really help to serve as a guide for you on your entrepreneurial journey. So definitely get a copy of that. Whether you're male, female, young or old, it is still applicable to you. Also, join the newly launched Supercharge Club if you want guidance through this process, like a little bit of hand holding from me personally. This is your opportunity. The Supercharge Club is the place to do it at only $7 a month. Very, very, very low cost, extremely high value. That will definitely help you as you launch your business. So you have some low cost, no cost, and low cost to get you going, to help you, along with, as I mentioned before, the resources, the money, and the action plan that you want. And if you need guidance with your action plan, guidance on how to use the money, and guidance how to maximize the free resources, this is also an opportunity as well when you join the Supercharge Club, because we have monthly planning sessions on the first Thursday, and on the third Thursday, we have Q&A and networking where you can come with your business questions and get that support that you need in your business. So I encourage you to sign up, and the reviews are in. The reviews are coming in. People are saying that they have learned things that they hadn't thought of before. They haven't seen things that a certain way before. That it's amazing insights that's really making a difference in how they are looking at their business. And that's the whole goal of this process, okay? So what do I want you to do? I want you to subscribe, comment, share, set your notifications to know when these videos are coming up for Momentum Mondays, so that you don't miss out on all the great resources that can help you supercharge and grow your business. So with that, I wish you a wonderful week. Look forward to seeing you next time, and stay supercharged.